Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Steven Rafael, and my name is 33 22 0049, and I'm from class 33 5B07, and I'm a Bina Sarana Informatika University. This video, I'm gonna discuss about the project one from Sociolinguistics that I must choose the topic, and the first topic that I choose is diglossia. Let's get started. So what is diglossia? The definition of diglossia is diglossia. It is refers to the situation where are two languages or two varieties of one language are used in separate social contexts. So these are two contexts. In the first is high variety, which can be called its variety, the formal language used in official context, like in education, law, or religion. And the second is low variety, or we can call it L variety, an informal language used in everyday conversation. And the example from the that material is in Arabic speaking countries, standard Arabic is used for formal speeches, while local dialects are used in a casual conversation. Next is characteristic of diglossia. In functional division, there are a distinct functional role between high and low varieties. In the high varieties, it is formal, used for written communication, speeches, sermons, etc. And in the low variety, it is an informal. It is used in personal, family, and community interactions. Separate use, the community uses H variety and L variety in separate contexts and rarely mix them. The Ferguson's theory of diglossia. Harold Ferguson, 1959, was the first to develop the concept of diglossia itself. Ferguson's view of diglossia is the condition where our two languages or varieties have different social and functional roles within community. And in the diglossia, there are two variety, which means is a H variety or high variety, has a higher stature and is used in formal communication. And the L variety or low variety is more regional or local, and it is used for personal informal communication. And there are the characteristic of H and L language. The characteristic of H or high language, it is first, used in formal or official context. Second, standard or literary form of the language. The third is more complex grammar and syntax. And the characteristic of L or low language is first in use in everyday informal context. Second, colloquial or non-standard and often changes regionally. And the third, the last, may be not understood outside the local communities. And here are some examples of diglossia in the word. The first in Arabic. The high variety, it is used in modern standard Arabic, used in media, speeches, and education, and the low variety used in local dialects like in daily conversation. Second in Swiss, in high variety, they use High German, French, Italian. It is used in government and education. Meanwhile, in low variety, they use Swiss German dialect, Swiss French, Swiss Italian. It is used in social interaction. And the last is high T. In H variation, they use French language used in education and media. Meanwhile, in L variety or low variety, it is used Haitian Creole. It is used in everyday conversation. And in conclusion from that material, it is diglossia is an important phenomenon in social linguistics. that illustrates the different roles of language varieties in society. It shows the relationship between language, power, and the context of use. Thank you. This is the video about the material diglosia. This is the first topic that I choose. And let's start to the next topic. Okay, this is the topic 2 that I choose. It is dialect. And let's get started. Okay, what is dialect? The definition of dialect is a dialect is a variation of a language used by a specific group of people based on geographical, social, or group factors. Dialects can include differences in pronunciation or accent, like grammar, vocabulary, and word usage. The characteristic of dialect, the first is accent. What is accent? It is a differences in pronunciation that can distinguish one dialect from another. Second, it is vocabulary, the use of different words for the same meaning. The third is example from taxi in Jakarta versus word object in Bandung for transportation. And the fourth is grammar, it is variation in sentence structure and grammatical rules across dialects. The last example is the use of word kamu versus word awak for word you in Indonesia. And there are some causes of dialect formation. The first it is because geographical factor. Because geographical isolation can lead to differences in pronunciation or word usage between groups. Second is social factors. This because social status, education, or ethnic group can influence dialect variations. The third is historical changes, because political or social changes can affect the spread of development of dialect. These are the type of dialect. There are three types. The first is geographical dialect. Dialect form due to geographical differences. The example, like the dialect in Yogyakarta, differs from one in Surabaya, even though they both speak Indonesian. The second is social dialect, because dialect influenced by social status, age, gender, or educational background. In the example, it is the difference in language use between older generation and younger people. The third is ethnic dialect. Dialect used by specific ethnic groups. In the example is like suku Batak, Minangkabau, or Madura dialect in Indonesia. And these are some example of dialect. In English, it's like Cockney, Yorkshire, Scottish dialect. Second is French. First is Provençal, Parisian France, Quebec France. The third is Indonesia. It is Japanese, Sundanese, Batak, Minangkabau, and Achenese. The fourth is Spain, Castilian, Andalusian, and Catalan. And these are the conclusion from the dialect meeting. The conclusion is dialect are language variation used by a specific or social geographical group, covering differences in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Dialects play an important role in expressing social and cultural identities and act as a markers of societal differentiation. Okay, thank you. That's all from my presentation from the topic 1 and topic 2 that I choose from Sociolinguistics. Thank you for watching. If I have some mistakes, please forgive me. Thank you.